The ER smelled of antiseptic and late-night loneliness. It was just past midnight when Lena stepped through the sliding glass doors, the fluorescent lights above flickering softly like a warning. She hesitated at the entrance, her small frame wrapped in an oversized coat, arms crossed tightly over her chest, not just from the cold but from sheer embarrassment. She hated hospitals. Not because of the pain or the needles, but because they forced her to be seen. And tonight was the worst of all nights, an intimate emergency that made her cheeks burn with shame. Every step toward the front desk felt like walking a tightrope. What if someone she knew saw her here? What if the receptionist asked loudly? The woman behind the counter smiled politely. "Name, please." Lena's voice barely rose above a whisper. "Lena Qureshi." "Reason for your visit?" Lena hesitated. Her eyes dropped to the floor. It's personal. Women's health." The nurse leaned in, gently nodding. "Okay, sweetie. I've got you. Just have a seat, and we'll call you shortly." Lena sat in the farthest corner of the waiting room, legs tucked in, heart pounding. Every second stretched into a silent panic. What if it was something serious? What if they judged her? She kept her head down, trying to disappear. The last time she had visited a hospital was years ago, when her mother died. Hospitals carried ghosts. Soon, a soft-spoken nurse called her name. Lena rose, swallowing her fear like bitter medicine. As she followed the nurse through cold hallways, her palms sweating, she silently prayed, "Please let this be quick. Please don't let it be a man." She didn't know yet, the doctor waiting behind that exam room door would change her life. The exam room was too quiet. Lena sat on the paper-lined table, knees together, hands gripping the edge so tightly her knuckles had gone pale. The white walls, the dull hum of fluorescent lights, the faint smell of antiseptic, it all felt like judgment. Her eyes darted nervously to the door every few seconds, dreading the moment it would open. And then, it did. A young man in a white coat stepped in. Tall, composed, with kind eyes behind simple glasses. His stethoscope hung loosely around his neck, his tone calm and reassuring. "Good evening, Lena," he said, glancing at her chart. "I'm Dr. Adam Raymond. I'll be taking care of you tonight." Her heart sank. A male doctor. Lena instinctively curled inwards, her voice tiny. I thought, maybe a female." He noticed. Immediately, his posture softened. "I completely understand," he said gently, setting the chart aside. "If you'd prefer a female physician, I can check if someone is available, though it may take a bit. Or, if it helps, I promise to proceed only with your comfort and consent." His voice wasn't clinical. It was human. Warm. Lena hesitated, breathing through the anxiety bubbling in her chest. His tone wasn't pressuring. There was no rush in him, only respect. I think it's okay," she whispered. "If you're gentle." "I will be," he assured her, pulling up a chair instead of looming over her. He sat at her eye level, keeping a comfortable distance. "You're safe here, Lena. Whatever's going on, we'll figure it out together." It was the first time anyone had said that to her in years. As he spoke, Lena's fear began to loosen its grip, just a little. She didn't know why, but something about him felt different. The ER quieted down by 3 a.m. The nurses moved slower, the fluorescent lights seemed dimmer, and the world outside had gone still. Dr. Adam Raymond sat alone in the staff break room, a half-finished cup of black coffee cooling in front of him. He should have gone home hours ago. Technically, he didn't even need to be here. His fortune, built on biotech patents and private clinics, meant he could be on a beach or in a boardroom. But he had asked for a rotation at the public hospital. He needed to feel something real again. And tonight, he did. Lena. The girl who had barely made eye contact, who trembled under a too-big coat, whose voice was soft but steady. She stayed in his mind like a whisper he couldn't unhear. There was pain in her, yes, but there was something else too. A quiet strength. A loneliness he recognized too well. He pulled out her chart, not for anything unethical, just out of concern. No red flags, just questions. 22 years old. No family listed. University student. Financial hardship waiver. Works part-time at a grocery store. Lives alone. She reminded him of someone. Or maybe she reminded him of who he used to be before money, fame, and expectations wrapped around his life like chains. He leaned back in his chair and closed his eyes. Most patients came and went, names, symptoms, diagnoses. But Lena had stayed. Her vulnerability had awakened something in him that had been asleep far too long. He didn't know why, but he felt it deep in his chest. He needed to see her again. Not as a doctor. As a man. The little bookstore on Maple Street smelled like old paper and cinnamon tea. It was Lena's favorite place in the city, quiet, tucked away, never crowded. A week had passed since the ER visit, and though her body had healed, her mind kept drifting back to that night. To him. Dr. Adam Raymond. She wasn't supposed to remember his name. But it had stuck with her like a note you don't mean to hum out loud. Lena was leafing through a poetry book in the back corner when she heard a familiar voice. I didn't expect to find anyone else here who likes Neruda at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday. Her eyes snapped up, and there he was. Adam, dressed in a soft gray sweater and jeans, holding a stack of children's books. No stethoscope. No white coat. Just a man with a gentle smile and tired eyes. Her cheeks flushed immediately. Dr. Raymond? He gave a soft laugh. Just Adam. And yes, it's me. Don't worry, I won't mention the hospital. His voice lowered kindly. I'm off duty. Completely. Lena gave a shy smile. I didn't think you'd remember me. I do, he said simply. You had the kindest eyes I've seen in a long time. She blinked, unsure how to respond. He noticed her awkwardness and gestured to the cafe area inside the store. Coffee? On me. No pressure. They sat near the window with 2 mugs between them. Adam asked about her studies, her job, her favorite writers. He didn't ask out of politeness, he listened. Really listened. It unnerved her at first, then slowly warmed her. Lena found herself laughing, softly at first, then without fear. No one had ever made her feel interesting before. Important. As they stood to leave, he said, there's a community health fair next week. I'll be there, in case you want to drop by. He didn't say it like a line. He said it like a wish. And for the first time in a long while, Lena wanted to be seen. The invitation had come in a simple envelope. No flashy branding, no signature, just a handwritten note. For women like you. No bills. No fear. Just care. Adam. Lena stood at the gates of the newly opened Aurora Wellness Center, clutching the note in trembling hands. She had almost not come, afraid it would be too fancy, too formal, too far from anything she belonged to. But something inside her, something quiet and brave, had whispered, go. The building looked nothing like a clinic. It was warm, with natural wood and plants blooming along the entrance path. Inside, soft music played. There were no long lines, no harsh lighting, no billing desks. Just peace. A kind receptionist greeted her by name. Dr. Raymond is expecting you. Her heart skipped. He stood in one of the private consultation rooms, tall, casual in a soft white shirt, sleeves rolled up, no coat, no distance. Just him. I didn't know you worked here too, Lena said, eyes scanning the space. I don't, he smiled gently. I built this place. Funded it. It's mine. Lena blinked. What? I never told you because I didn't want it to matter. But I come from money. Too much of it, honestly. I've built clinics before, but this one, he looked around with meaning, this one's different. It's for women who fall through the cracks. Quiet ones. Shy ones. Brave ones. Her lips parted. You mean, this is free? Everything. Exams. Treatment. Counseling. No paperwork nightmares. No judging stares. Just compassion. Lena's eyes welled up. No one's ever done something like this for people like me. Adam stepped closer, his voice softer now. This wasn't just for people like you. It was because of you. He reached into his pocket and held out a small book of poetry, Pablo Neruda. I never got to return this to the bookstore. Thought maybe you'd want to read it together sometime. Lena smiled through her tears. No one had ever seen her before, not like this. Not fully. Not kindly. But he did. And somehow, in a quiet clinic built on kindness, a shy girl and a hidden-hearted doctor found something they both thought they'd lost. Home.